to help us to obtain those things than to discuss what we may be doing wrong or things that may be preventing us from reaching our desired results. Okay? Now, I'm going to ask you guys right now to go ahead and take this time out to like the video, share the video, and subscribe. That way you guys can get the good message out and get these types of discussions spread throughout the social medias, and we can inform people on what we need to do, where we're coming up short, and ultimately bridge the gaps and get these relationships thriving how we do need them to and how we desire them to. Okay, so y'all go ahead and like the video, okay, share the video and subscribe, and let's get into the very first thing that I have on my list out of the 3 reasons why men don't want to be married. Now, these 3 things that I'm getting ready to mention are in no particular order, and there's a whole bunch of other contributing factors as far as why men don't want to be married to a lot of modern day women. But I just want to go ahead and highlight a few. And the first thing that we do have on our list out of the 3 reasons why a lot of men do not want to be married to a lot of modern day women is because, and I hate to put it so plainly and bluntly, but a lot of women today are still for the streets.
Yep, they are.
What do we mean by this? Well, when men decide to go ahead and make an honest woman out of a lady that he is interested in and the whole 9.
Yep.
He does not want for that woman to be accessible to every man that is out there that maybe is checking for her or whatever the case may be.
About it.
When a man decides to marry a woman, he expects for that woman to be exclusively his. Right? There's no sharing involved. There's no, I'm going to go ahead and give this man the same attention, the same admiration, the same love, the same devotion, the same commitment, the whole my body that I give to my husband. No man signs up to be married to that type of female. If a female is going to be conducting herself like she's still single and ready to mingle, why should a man marry that?
Fact.
If everybody's still going to be able to see everything and experience you in very intimate ways, that again, a husband only should experience his wife, why would I go ahead and settle down with that? See, this is one of the main reasons why a lot of guys do not want to be married. Why be married when I'm going to get the same chick that he can get, and so on and so forth? I want special treatment.
Damn right.
I want special access. I need my woman to be all about me and all for me.
Yep.
Right? Another element and layer to it is, having a woman that is not only for the streets as far as dealing with different men, but when it comes to her friendships. Right? When her friends hit her up to party, go get drinks, go clubbing, dancing, whatever the case may be, that can also be something that deters men from wanting to get married. Because again, you're still in the streets. You're still doing a bunch of things that single women do, right? You're still in those same environments that single women are in. And again, it's not to say that you cannot go out from time to time, but a lot of the modern day women, right, they want to be so free to the point to where even when they are married and they are supposed to be really focusing on their home life, their marriage life, their husband, their relationship, they will still prioritize kicking it, right, with their friends over making sure that their roles and duties are being fulfilled.
This show,
right? This is another part of being for the streets. Baby, you're supposed to be cooking right now, but here you are again, bar hopping. Baby, you're supposed to be washing the clothes, folding the clothes, cleaning. But here you are once again, out with your friends, clubbing. What's going on? Right? And so, again, these are some of the things that can contribute to men just saying, the hell with marriage. I'm going to get the woman that is going to be accessible by everybody, friends included, men included. She's not going to prioritize me. She's not going to conduct herself like she is married, right? So why even put my stamp on it? For goodness sakes, you have Sierra out there with her husband, practically butt naked, advertising her body for everybody. Again, that is a part of a wife being for the streets. Look at how we conduct ourselves. We conduct ourselves like we're some ratchet assholes. No guy wants that. No husband wants that. If you're gonna be acting like a ratchet asshole, it needs to be in the privacy of our bedroom, of our home, only for my eyes to see. So again, this can be a contributing factor to why a lot of men do not want to be married. A lot of females will still act like they are for the streets because they just cannot let go of the party lifestyle. They can't let go of certain friends, right? And we hate to get into that conversation because when you start talking about having to maybe let certain friend groups go, a lot of people can have it in their mind. A lot of females have it in their mind. Oh, well, you're telling me to change myself, and you're telling me to be fake, and you're telling me that I gotta cut off my day ones. And again, when you're married, sometimes it costs for you to do that. You can't be in the streets how you used to. You gotta get rid of those partying girlfriends that don't have any responsibilities or obligations to a husband or a man. You just can't. So if that requires you to be quote unquote fake, then that's what it has to be. You have to have it in your mind that when you are a married woman, your husband, your relationship, your marriage comes first.
Damn right.
And if the people that you are surrounded with are not people that are conducive to you playing your role properly as a wife, they gotta go. Okay? Especially if they cannot respect it. And a lot of us can be so heavily in the streets that we prioritize our friends' opinions of us over how our man feels about us, over how our husband feels about us. And I don't care that they're your day ones. Your day ones are not paying your bills. Your day ones are not out here loving on you, protecting you. Your day ones are not giving you and granting you with all of these luxuries and privileges, are they? No. So again, who do you want to lean more towards? Your ratchet ass for the street day ones that will more than likely jeopardize your good thing as far as your marriage and your husband and your life and won't give a damn about you. Right? A lot of these females, they will mess up your whole relationship, your whole life, have you upside down. Then the moment that they come across a man,
they gone.
That would provide for them and protect them and all, love on them, I bet you those same females that you are trying to jeopardize and ruin your marriage for to make them happy, those females won't give a damn about you. They'll peace out on you in a heartbeat if they found a good man, if they found a husband.
The nigga ain't lying.
They wouldn't give a damn about no day one. So, again, this is the type of things that we have to think about and take into account in consideration when we are married. And unfortunately, a lot of us, we just don't. Which, again, it contributes to a lot of men just not even want to be bothered with these modern day women. The priorities are entirely out of whack, completely out of whack. The streets are everything to you, and your for the streets friends included. So, if you fall under this category, I strongly encourage you ladies to, try to prioritize better. Really take everything into consideration and really do some self-reflecting and say, hey, if I'm somebody that is desiring marriage, do I need to be out here in certain environments? Do I need to be hanging around certain types of crowds? Is this going to help me find my husband? And if not, do away with it, because I'm telling you, it is one of the leading reasons why a lot of men do not want to be married. They look at you and the things that you are into, the people that you entertain, the people that you are around, they don't want anything to do with you. They look at you like you are a liability. If I marry her and she's somebody that is, again, for the streets, how can I really trust that she's going to put my needs first? Put my wants first? I can't, so I just won't. All right, you guys. So the second thing that we have on our list as far as a reason why a lot of men do not want to marry a lot of modern day women is because, unfortunately, a lot of the females today do not know how to navigate a relationship, navigate a marriage, the whole nine, without having to have somebody constantly try to guide you and constantly tell you and teach you what you need to do or what is expected out of you in the whole nine. So, in so many words, a lot of men do not want to be married because they are going to have to micromanage an adult. I have to micromanage a woman and tell her every little detail as far as what her role is, what my expectations are, and just constantly be breathing down her neck to fulfill her duties, her wifely duties. And that's not something that a man wants to sign up for. The reason why you get married to begin with is so that you can be in a relationship to where this woman is lightening your load. She's reducing your stress. She's reducing your problems. But if you are constantly having to remind her to lighten your load, is that really something that you want to be a part of? I would rather just be alone and do everything myself than to constantly check up behind this grown woman, adult, right? Telling her, hey, baby, did you do this? Hey, baby, make sure you do that. Hey, don't do it like this. Do it like that.
Yeah,
hey, don't do it like that. Do it like this. And again, this is something that a lot of guys have to constantly do within their relationships. So again, why would I want to take it a step further and get married to that, to where my everyday life would be consumed with me having to micromanage? A woman that should know what is expected and what is required out of her. Because best believe when it comes to men, we have our expectations, and we don't want to constantly have to remind a man to pay the bills and constantly remind a man to make sure that he fixes things. No.
Back.
This man is supposed to be lightening my load, making my life easier.
Exactly.
But if I'm constantly having to pick up his slack or remind him or tell him what to do, that's not going to work.
Nope.
So the same thing applies for the men. And with a lot of females today just not wanting to do the work for a man because they feel like maybe it is degrading, right? Being submissive towards a man is degrading. Cooking for him, cleaning up behind him, degrading. I'm not your mama. Making sure that you are being loving and understanding and affectionate towards your man. Being intimate with your man. Like, come on. These type of things should just be a given. It should be things that you just do anyway. But a lot of the times, especially with a lot of the modern day women, it's like, no. I'm not doing all of that. You do everything for me, but when it comes to you and me doing things for you, I'm not your mama. I'm not your maid. I'm not your slave. I'm not your sex doll. I'm not all of these different things. Just to prevent you from doing, again, your job.
Facts.
And what's the point of being committed to somebody and marrying somebody to where you have to beg, or you have to constantly remind, or you just have to do the shit yourself?
I ain't begging.
Who has time for that?
no.
Nobody. So another reason why a lot of men do not want to get married today is because it will be a lot of micromanaging as far as the women.
Yep.
I mean, for goodness sakes, we have to make sure that we're not overspending, having a woman that is overspending and sneaking in, transferring money and all of that. Like that's a lot of micromanaging, just to make sure that an adult is conducting herself like an adult. So again, if you fall under that category, ladies, clean that up. If a man has to constantly remind you not to do something or to do something, or constantly watch you to make sure that you're not doing things that are sneaky or whatever the case may be, whether it be pertaining to the household or finances or just you fulfilling your wifely duties and roles, work on it. Because I'm telling you, that is also a major reason why men do not want to be married. It's too much work on their ends to make sure that you're holding up your end of the bargain.
Right.
Okay. Now, you guys, let's move ahead along to the last and final thing on our list as far as a reason why a lot of men do not want to be married to modern day women. And it's the most obvious reason of them all. And it is out of fear of the bag snatcher.
Yep. Talk about it.
Yes.
Talk about it.
It is out of fear of the bag snatcher. Now, unfortunately, a lot of females can be very cutthroat, very manipulative.
Facts.
And they can play a role like they are genuine and they're sincere and they have your best interest at heart. And they're only doing these things to secure you as a husband. So if she scopes out that this guy is a well-to-do guy, has a lot going on for himself, finances in order, he has assets, access, the whole nine. A lot of females can play a role like they are the perfect wife. They would make the perfect wife.
Yep.
The good old bait and switch, right?
Chameleons.
So I'll pretend like I'm just so loving. I'm so understanding. I'm so submissive. I'm just, again, this perfect woman. And it's all to get in your good graces so that I can ultimately finesse you and snatch that bag. And what easier and for sure way to snatch that bag than to get a man to marry you?
Yep.
We've seen this story play out countless times. You think a woman is all for you? You think that a woman is really genuine? She's in there for the long haul, right? And lo and behold, it was only so that she can snatch a bag. She can hit a lick and live her best life without you. See, I wanted only to marry you so that I could get your money, get your connects, get maybe your notoriety, your respect. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, being with a certain type of man gives a woman a certain type of look. Like, oh, she's with him. Right? And so it could very much so raise that woman's status and have her to be perceived in a certain light. That, again, would grant her certain access and luxuries and perks as well. So we've seen countless times to where a guy just says, you know what? I feel like she's a good woman. I'm going to go ahead and marry her. And before you know it, this woman ran off with the whole bag. Didn't even see it coming. I thought she was the perfect woman. What happened? What did I do wrong?
Chameleon behavior.
And you did absolutely nothing wrong but love and trust the wrong person. Because I'm going to be honest, A lot of females today, they can play a really good game
Yep.
for a really long time. Right? To where you can really believe, oh, no, she's dead. She would never. And she did. So that is also a reason why a lot of men don't want to be married. A lot of females are all about themselves. They're all for themselves. And a lot of guys just do not trust women to be faithful, to be loyal, to be trustworthy. Even the quote-unquote best of us. Due to how a lot of, just cutthroat females have done them in the past. To where it's like, no, well, she presented the same way. I thought she was a good woman. And look how she did me. So I really don't trust I don't trust any of y'all. And unfortunately, with that one on the list as far as, fear of the bag snatcher, it really does prevent a lot of us from being married, even the ones that could be genuine, just because of a lot of the cutthroat females.
Yep.
And with that one, it's kind of like nothing we can do about it. Because I can't tell you, just make sure that you're conducting yourself like this and doing X, Y, and Z,
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if a man side-eyes you and doesn't want to trust you all the way due to how a lot of females did him in the past,
You can't blame that.
it just kind of burns us all in the end. And that's why I go so hard as far as correcting these behaviors. Because even when you are a genuine woman and you are trying to do what's right and be the best version of yourself, due to a lot of females playing a role just to get in good so they can snatch a bag or whatever the case may be, it prevents all of us from being able to have the desired husbands, lives, relationships, love, commitment, families that we're all looking for. But I thought I would come on here really quick and just highlight some of those things that are preventing us from getting married to a lot of these great, dope men out here today. And these things are just to name a few. It's hundreds of other reasons as to why men don't want to be married. But at least these things on my list are some of the key things that are preventing us from getting our desired results. And maybe we can fix these things. I think these things can be fixed, except for the fear of the bag snatcher. Because let's just be honest, y'all. A lot of females have just really, really, really burned a lot of men. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this dope discussion. What are some reasons that you can come up with as far as why a lot of men don't want to be married to a lot of modern day women today? We would love to hear your perspective. Do you agree with some of these things on this list? Do you disagree? Let me know. Let's keep the conversation going and flowing, and I'll see you all in the next dope discussion. Much love and